It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
I like that one.
Ernie Johnson joined by Shaquille O'Neal. Kenny the Jet Smith, thanks for tuning in. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll be watching the Los Angeles Clippers playing against the Rockets in Houston. Taking a look at the Rockets, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Well, we're going to see Doc Rivers on the sidelines tonight, and there is no doubt he's been a successful coach wherever he's been. This question for you, Kenny, how would you grade his handling of the Clippers roster during his tenure?
Well, it's never easy being both president and the team coach. I mean, think about this. That's a lot of pressure because when the coach isn't doing his job well, who fires him? Not the president. When the president isn't doing his job well, who fires him? It's tough because there's no one to manage the other person when you are both people.
You know, not every move has been a success, but no real disasters. You know, he's always been active in improving the roster, and we'll see. But he needs to win now.
Ernie, would you reprimand yourself?
I do all the time.
Would you fire yourself?
I'm always saying, why did you take this job to work with these bozos?
Oh, wow. That's not reprimand.
Kevin Harlan.
Now we're bozos.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Home court advantage goes to the Rockets playing here in Houston. Tip-off goes to the Clippers. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So for the Clippers right now, inside it's Griffin and Jordan. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. And it's Pierce in at the 3 slot.
And guys, you know, we've talked about it before, but it bears repeating. Dwight Howard may be the best overall rebounder in the last decade. 5 times out of the last 8 years, he's led the league in rebounding. That's almost impossible to do in the modern NBA.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
When you're talking about the greatest clutch players ever, that list needs to include Paul Pierce. I mean, he slowed down a bit, no doubt, but don't let that fool you. If you give him any kind of look at the end of the game, he'll cut your heart out.
Harden no good on the free throw. Looking back at Paul Pierce's career, Clark, so many game winners, none more impressive than his jump over Dwayne Wade in the first round of the 2010 playoffs.
Yeah, you know, Shaq nicknamed him the Truth for good reason. I mean, Pierce grew up in L.A. and reportedly dreamed of playing with the Lakers. Ironic that he instead became one of the Celtics' all-time greats.
Now Redick following the miss by Ty Lawson from deep. The shot by Pierce will not go. And Lawson, here we go. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. Now it's sent it over to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with Kevin McHale.
Yes, Kevin, he told me their game plan offensively today is a relatively simple one. He wants to see as many plays run through the low post as possible. He said physically, we're the stronger team, and we need to use that to our benefit. Guys?
And as always, Doris, thank you. Now here's Monty Eunice. A shot by Harden, wide open from outside off the mark. There's the dish to Redick. Griffin against Howard. And Griffin, here we go. And too long on the shot.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
Lawson kicks to Ariza. Howard with a screen on Griffin. The 3 from Harden. That's good. Harden's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their 4th shot of the game.
It's Redick on the wing, guarded by Harden. The high post shot. The shot by Redick, no good.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated that.
Austin has the open look. No good on the triple.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Pierce with it, picked up by Motiejunas. Pierce the pass to Jordan, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Rockets have shot just one free throw, missing that one earlier.
Yeah, last season, around 71% of the free throws made, and you know what? That has to be a point of emphasis this year.
And that just has to improve, guys. I mean, the free throw shooting is something that has to get better. You're immediately putting yourself at a disadvantage when you shoot that poorly from the line.
Well, for James Harden, with his incredible regular season last year, Clark, you knew he was in for a great postseason as well.
And it was a bit of a roller coaster for him in the playoff run. I mean, he could vanish one game, but then explode for 40 in the next.
Lawson kicks to Harden. Here's Ariza. Excellent D there from Pierce.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Ball against Lawson to the inside. Griffith. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
What a sweet assist by CP3.
Rockets trail.
And with Harden in the playoffs, it was an all-or-nothing situation at times. He definitely stole some games for Houston in their run to the conference finals. But, man, did he have a rough one when they were eliminated by the Warriors.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Paul dishes to Griffin. Jordan the screen. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra. And, you know, that tough game for Harden in the conference finals, 12 turnovers for him, set an NBA record for most turnovers in a playoff game. Not how he wanted to go out, but he showed he can carry a team for stretches during the playoffs.
Clark, last season we saw Motiejunas make some nice strides.
Yeah, big uptick in his scoring efficiency, Kevin. Both his shooting from beyond the arc and from within the arc increased.
And Motiejunas actually showing a newfound post repertoire there. I mean, he's deceptive. He has hooks and pump fakes, little up and unders. The Rockets looked to him for offense when they weren't playing through Harden.
And he gets it to go.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Houston's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Lawson's against Paul. Ariza has the open look. Houston gets it back. Harden can't hit. The Clippers have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Paul against Lawson. Paul passes to Griffin. Rockets with the rebound.
And Motiejunas is a very confident player. I think where he can still improve is his rebounding and defensive impact. With a 7-foot frame, he's got to learn to play like a 7-footer. And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
That's good. Now, here is Lawson. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Howard up on top. Pass to Harden. Offensive rebound. That's good.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Paul outside. Pass to Redick. To the middle. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Paul against Lawson. Here's Howard. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Boy, that's a nice feed by Lawson.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Paul kicks to Griffin. Feeds it to Redick. Ariza with the rebound.
Major defensive lapse right there. And he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. And that'll tie this game up.
Well, one thing about Ty Lawson is he's very good at attacking the defense. Gets inside without a problem and knows how to set up teammates.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And for Lawson, he is great when he attacks. He does obviously create well for his team on drives. Interesting player, certainly, but playing with a team that's growing and pretty young around him.
That's a good point. And, you know, last season, Lawson averaged about 13 points for his team off of his own drives. I mean, that means 13 points a night would be a direct result of him attacking the rim. That's second in the league in a stat that only trailed James Harden.
I think that would surprise some people.
Yes.
That free throw good from Griffin. And an interesting byproduct of Blake Griffin extending his shooting range in his perimeter defense, Clark, his rebounding numbers have gone way down.
Well, it's hard to have it both ways, Kevin. I mean, the team needs him to keep working on his perimeter game, and if he's out on the perimeter, it makes it tougher for him to get rebounds inside.
Both free throws good from Griffin.
And on the topic of Griffin's rebounding, there's another force that helps submarine his numbers. DeAndre Jordan. Over the past few seasons, as Jordan's boards went up, Griffin's have gone down. Now, you'd think with the 2 elite rebounders that the team would finish better than 20th in rebounding last year, but that's another story.
Now, here's Redick following the miss by Trevor Ariza. And Paul with the basket on the assist by Griffin.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
Now here's Lawson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Ariza outside. Howard setting the pick for Ariza. Howard dishes to Moniunas. Just 4 to shoot. And the shot is good.
And back to Griffin for a minute. I think he will soon find a balance between his emerging perimeter game and his rebounding. 7.5 boards a game, far too few for him last year. He's likely to return to double-digit rebounding averages, I think, sometime soon.
Here's Redick following the basket by Moniunas. No luck. Lawson against Paul. Moniunas gets to Ariza. Takes a 3. That doesn't go either for Ariza.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Clippers moving the ball around. Griffin inside, working on Moniunas. That's good.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
And here's Harden. Lawson in the corner. There's the 3. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Lawson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The Clippers in the lead. Paul passes to Griffin. Jordan the screen. Redick with the 3. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
trading spray guns from long range, trading blows from behind the arc.
And you see the way Blake Griffin plays, he is a force. Very hard to contain him when he gets in close just due to his strength and activity.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Crawford's checked in. Rockets trail by 4. For Griffin and his ability to create contact close, he's been called a bull in a china shop, something that I think Clarkie embraces.
Yeah, I think he'd rather be the bull than the china in that situation because of his strength and physicality. And I think that's the right mentality to have as a power forward.
Ariza no luck.
Not a quarter to remember as far as his offense is concerned.
Yeah, you know, he's not making any kind of impact for them at that end of the court right now.
Now here's Paul. Kicks to Jordan. And that one is hammered home.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
So for the Clippers, Cole Aldrich. He's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Smith comes in for Blake Griffin. Lance Stevenson subbed in for J.J. Redick. And the free throw, no good.
And for Terrence Jones, there's a quiet excitement surrounding him in personnel circles. Last season, he was a much better rim protector, way up in blocks, and his three-point percentage was up as well. So those are the kinds of year 3 improvements that talent evaluators are always looking for, especially when you come into the league as an underclassman.
Here's Beverly following the score by Jamal Crawford. That's good.
I love the low post attack on that one.
Los Angeles leading by 4. Now Paul on the wing, Stevenson. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Beverly on the basket by Jones.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Paul against Beverly. Screen by Smith. Back to Paul. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
If you look at Chris Paul, you're looking at a guy who really is the standard bearer of point guards. I mean, he can pass, he can score, he plays great defense, he also competes. But what makes him the floor general that all others are measured against, really the instincts and leadership.
And that one falls for Paul. Going back to Chris Paul, if you could build a point guard from scratch, Clark, he might be the model.
Yeah, I tell you what, you could do much worse than him, that's for sure. One of the very best. 6 times he's led the NBA in steals. Just an incredible all-around player. One of the greatest team leaders, I think, in the history of the league as well.
Over the last 2 seasons, he's led the league in assists. You're right.
Chris Paul, guys, for the last decade, the best point guard in the NBA. Now, there's some new competition for that distinction, though, with Steph Curry breaking through to NBA stardom. And it's always exciting to watch these two go head-to-head.
Now here's Paul. Crawford, no one around him. Off target from three-point range.
You can't get into much better position for the three than that. Everything was right on target. It just didn't fall.
Screen by Jones. Here's Beverly. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. How would you compare Chris Paul and Steph Curry?
Well, Steph Curry is just an off-the-chart shooter. I think the best in the history of the game in overall shot making and creativity as far as shooting goes. Paul is more of an orchestrator, a maestro supreme.
Beverly with the ball. Screen by Jones. Brewer pushes to Ariza. Here's Jones. Can't connect from 13 feet out. And so, lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. Clippers lead by 3. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And a chance to hear from DeAndre Jordan, who talks about the inspiration he drew from head coach Doc Rivers.
Doc told me, you know, you should be Defensive Player of the Year, not just for one time, but for multiple years. And I could tell that he wasn't trying to hype me up or just telling me that because I was his player. He really meant it. Once you have that confidence from somebody like that, you can only play well.
A strong case can be made that Jordan played like the Defensive Player of the Year, Clark, this past season. And the fact that he didn't win it, it looks like it'll keep him motivated.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I love the passion he plays with defensively. It seems like a burning fire in him. And Doc has stoked that fire with desire and inspiration. You've got to love how the passion to play defense burns in DeAndre.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
They've gotten to the line with tremendous consistency here through the first period.
Yeah, this is how you can keep a crowd quiet, though, Greg. I mean, methodically score at the line and take some of that energy away from the fans. They don't like to have the action stop and the opposing team scoring.
Motiejunas and Howard, the post pair. Harden out there with Lawson, and it's Brewer in at the small forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Now here's Crawford. Brewer with the rebound.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
In the corner, Harden. Howard with the screen on Paul. In the corner, Motiejunas with it. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Motiejunas has got 11.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Jordan, he's checked in for Aldridge. Griffin comes in for Josh Smith. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jamal Crawford. Houston in the lead. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. 8 points for him.
And the double clutch layup in that situation, that's just him playing to the crowd, guys.
Motiejunas sets a screen for Lawson, and the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. A former coach of the year rarely has a season where his team doesn't meet expectations.
The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Picked by Griffin. Paul kicks to Griffin. Griffin sets the screen for Pierce. Shoots off the screen. Offensive rebound. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And what a gutty play. I mean, muscles his way to the rebound and then just pounds it home for the putback.
Well said, G.A. The battle on the boards, Clark, could go a long way toward deciding this game.
You know, and if that play is any indication, that's a battle they're willing to put every ounce of their energy into winning.
And Doc Rivers passed the 700-win mark as a coach last season. He's climbing the ladder in career wins.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know that Doc oftentimes gets enough credit for the type of coach he is. I mean, as a coach, he is well over 500 in terms of his career win percentage. And how about over 500 in playoff games as well?
Now here's Griffin. Dwight Howard missing his last shot. Good D by Harden. Rockets trail by 4. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
With the putback. It's good on the putback. Howard's got his second basket of the game.
Boy, nice tip in to salvage the points from the missed shot. And made it work.
Yeah, and those second chance points, Clark, they do add up.
Yes, sir.
They do, and guys, that's the last line of your defense there. Everything else was good, but you have to finish it off with possession.
Houston moving it around. Lawson against Redick. The shot's good from Lawson. Lawson's got it all tied up now for the Rockets.
That is really poor defensive awareness. I mean, he's one guy you don't want to give any space to. You've got to stay attached and connected.
Griffin. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Roll against Lawson. Howard, the pass to Harden. Lawson outside. Shot clock at 6. There's a screen by Modi Yunus. Shoots from 12. Nice D from Griffin. The Clippers have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. It's Redick on the wing. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Griffin's got 3 assists now in this one. Rockets trail by 4. To the middle. Griffin with the steal. Now here's Paul. 6 points for him. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
And here's Harden for 3. It drops for his second made shot of this game. An unimpressive 2 of 7, though.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, Doc Rivers was just addressing the plan with his team. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Blake Griffin. Their offense is most effective, Coach said, when he is most involved. And they're looking for total involvement from him for the rest of this game. Well, Coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Now here's Griffin. He's got 10. Shot clock at 5. Jordan the screen, and it's Paul penetrating. He took good advantage of that screen. Paul's got 8. Offense is what drives the Clippers, and they were fantastic at it last season. Easily one of the most exciting teams to watch with their high-flying and high-scoring act and #1 in terms of efficiency.
Yeah, and it's not just a flash for the Clippers on offense. You talked about their efficiency on the offensive end. Led the league in points scored per 100 possessions at 109.8.
And, you know, the Clippers were near the top of the league in most other offensive efficiency categories as well. Second in the league in field goal percentage, second in points per game at almost 107 per. That was a high-octane offensive group.
They set the pick. And Lawson, here we go. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to just 3 in the basket from Harden.
And it's been well documented. The Clippers had problems with free throw shooting. I mean, mostly due to their bigs. Actually had 3 perimeter players who shot over 90% on the season. But you can forgive their free throw struggles as a team given how great they were everywhere else.
Houston's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And something not a lot of people talk about, Ty Lawson's defense. He has the lateral quickness, Clark, and strong lower body that gives, you know, point guards fits.
Yeah, he's like a fire hydrant in terms of his build and strength. He's a good ball defender, but he gambles sometimes, so that can cut both ways. He'll get steals, but he'll also put you in tough positions defensively.
And talking about Lawson's defense, he was down in steals last season. But a part of that is because he stopped gambling as much. He's learned where to pick his spots.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Getting back to Ty Lawson, he's under 6 feet without shoes, relatively short wingspan as well, yet he's always had to deal with size limitations on defense. But he uses phenomenal anticipation and speed to win more than his share of battles at that end of the floor.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And guys, Wesley Johnson, 4th overall pick back in the 2011 draft. Everyone thought he would have the jump shot to become a prolific scorer, and Clark, the length to defend at a high level.
Yeah, you know, in his rookie year, he averaged 9 points a game. Last year, his 5th, he averaged 10. I think it's to the point where he is what he is.
That free throw missing.
You know, and getting back to Wesley Johnson, you kind of want to kidnap him and just chain him to a set of weights. I mean, he has all the natural ability in the world to be a difference maker, but he just lacks the strength to do anything with it. I mean, a voracious competitor in college. He's been relegated to marginal production at the pro level, and I really feel like a lot of it is because he physically struggles at times at this level.
You know, on the topic of Wesley Johnson, I remember him in college. I remember the guy who took over games and even showed a certain toughness when he did it. He hasn't gotten to that point here in the pros, so he may soon be entering a crossroads in his career. And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
Paul kicks to Griffin. Pass to Johnson. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin.
Just too dominant in the low post to let him have the ball in that close.
Really simple opportunity for him. I mean, that's his bread and butter there.
Now here's Lawson. He has 7. Launches it. The Clippers grab the miss. Jordan's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And here's Redick. He's got 10. Puts up the baby hook. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Now it's a 4-point Clipper lead.
I've really appreciated their activity in the post today. I mean, their movement down low has been great.
Oh, that's right on the money. They generated a lot of easy opportunities on the inside.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
It's rebounded by Houston. And it's Houston on the break. Here's Harden. The rebound by Johnson.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Dishes it the ball to the inside. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Houston making some changes. Capella's checked in. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Ty Lawson. Lance Stephenson's checked in for the Clippers. Rockets trail by 4. Now Harden, 11 points in the game. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second.
Griffin a screen on Beverley. And the pass to Griffin. Fires from the line. Good, and Paul gets the assist. 14 points for Blake Griffin.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
Now here's Beverley. The feed now to Jones. He kicks to Ariza. Shot clock at 6. Back to Jones. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
I like the way they're working the ball inside because when you do that, you get higher percentage shots and typically good things happen.
Jordan the screen. The dish now to Griffin. And there's a whistle. That goes on Terrence Jones. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Cole Aldrich. He's checked in for Jordan. Smith comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Crawford in for Wesley Johnson. Stevenson against Harden. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
The Rockets trail. There's the screen. And Beverley kicks to Capella. That evens the score. Capella's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, you know, Hall of Famer and 3-time champion Kevin McHale, the Rockets coach, did nothing but find success and win as a player. And, you know, that's been the same song for him as a coach.
Now here's Paul. He's got 8. Stevenson with a clean look. Can't get it to go.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Pass to Jones. It's Ariza on the wing. He's guarded by Stevenson. And for Coach Kevin McHale, last year was his best. A lot of people thought he could have been easily the coach of the year, leading the Rockets to their 3rd best regular season in franchise history.
And Kevin, with McHale, he's got this team improving every year. His team's win totals have risen as well statistically as I think becoming a better team. Wins aren't always necessarily what determines how good you are.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find some, you're right. Smith wide open, he fires. And again, no good by the Clippers. Harden dishes to Beverley. And it's Ariza in the corner. Ariza with another miss.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
Now here's Stevenson. And off the front iron, and in it goes. And so here is Houston. There's 47 seconds left to play here in the half. Ball against Beverly. There's the pick. Clock at 6. He feeds it to Capella. The 3-ball. That doesn't go either for Ariza.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Smith the pass to Crawford. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
And the Clippers making a change here. Paul Pierce. Now off the inbound. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Harden's got the lead up to 3 now for Houston. From deep three-point range. And we're through the first half of basketball here in what's been a good one. Houston on top, leading by 3. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Dwight, what's your assessment of the team you're playing here tonight?
They're a tough team. You know, they play hard, they play together, they move the ball, and they know how to play within the offense, you know. And we've been doing a better job on the defensive end, and I think tonight we came out with the right mentality. We just got to keep it up.
Dwight, thank you. They know they've got their hands full, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. They kept at it on both ends of the floor, and at the end of the period, they had a slight deficit of 3 points. They played with more purpose in the second quarter and fought to turn an early deficit into a 3-point lead by the time we reached the break. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, one place they had the edge was on the offensive boards. They converted those extra possessions into points. Nothing is more demoralizing to a defense than forcing a miss and then giving up. An offensive glass is going to pay big dividends for them.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers?
Ernie, they're taking way too many threes. The offense has no rhythm. They need to go back to the drawing board. Maybe try to get a little bit more in transition, more off the pick and roll. Anything other than shooting that three. It's not going.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
What a performance from Harden here. 15 points, and he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of three-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter.
Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division. And as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Pierce in at the small forward.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ball game right here. And, you know, for the Rockets, they had a major gut check in the second round. Went down 3-1 against the Clippers. Came back to win the series in 7, including Game 6, when I dozed off when they were trailing by 19 in the fourth and was shocked to wake up in the morning and see they had forced the 7th game.
Here is Paul. James Harden picking up that last basket. Picked by Griffin. Back to Paul. Just 5 to shoot. The shot no good. Great D that time from Howard.
And with the Rockets' last postseason, their trip to the conference finals was as far as they would go. Went out to the Warriors in 5 games. Most of them, though, close ones. I think most fans were pleased with how far the team went last year in spite of all the injuries.
And for Trevor Ariza, almost exclusively a perimeter player on the offense last year. New scheme, Greg, new teammates, big adjustment.
Yeah, the Rockets having Dwight Howard camping out in the lane and James Harden needing space for dribble drives. Not much room to operate inside for Ariza.
But they do like his defense, and we know he can hit the three. It's a pretty valuable commodity for him. All free throws good from Trevor Ariza.
You know, you talk about Trevor Ariza last season. I mean, his field goal percentage dipped to 40, mostly because he only took threes, or so it appeared. It's hard to be efficient if you're only shooting threes.
That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Griffin.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
And Lawson, here we go. Goes up at the stripe. The offensive rebound.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Here's Griffin following the basket by Dwight Howard. There's the lob to the hoop and the slam by Blake Griffin.
Maybe that'll ignite him. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped up.
Yeah, they're geeked.
And that's what the alley-oops guys will do for your team. And guys, when you think about Trevor Ariza, he was signed by Houston last year to play defense. And did he deliver on that end? He was usually matched up against the opponent's best wing scorer, and he had the highest steals average of his career, almost 2 a game. Add to that, he is a knockdown shooter from beyond the arc.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Takes the 13-footer, and that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. It's Redick on the wing. His three-pointer's off the mark.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
Outside Ariza. Lots of room. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 4 assists in the game. Well, and guys, before last season, Trevor Ariza signing a 4-year, $32 million deal with the Rockets. Big free agent get for the team.
And, you know, they wanted to re-sign Chandler Parsons, Kevin, but with his departure, in comes Ariza, and Trevor is a quality replacement. I mean, a terrific wing defender, and he's a nice spot-up shooter as well.
Brewer is checked in for James Harden. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third.
And, you know, you compare their games. Ariza a bit more limited maybe offensively than Parsons, a few years older, but he's also a better defender and also better at playing without the basketball. And remember, you got 5 guys out there, only 1 ball. Sometimes your chemistry can improve when a guy doesn't need the basketball to be effective.
Here's Lawson. Clippers able to drain the 3. There's a screen by Motiejunas. Brewer tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And Redick kicks to Griffin. Here's Jordan. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And, you know, for the Rockets, a nice pairing with James Harden and Trevor Ariza. Ariza, a spot-up shooter and defender, while Harden arguably the premier offensive creator in the league. I mean, they really complement each other well.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
You know, they're taking care of business in the paint, too. Those are valuable points they've been getting down low.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. He hits the second from the line. DeAndre Jordan has been extremely productive over 7 years. That makes it even more unbelievable that there was some question, Clark, as to his commitment to basketball coming into the league.
Yeah, you know, on talent and athleticism alone, he would have been a top 10 pick for sure, but he slipped to the second round, and he's made good on it, though.
Now here's Motiejunas. 11 points in the game.
And doesn't he just have a nose, a knack for the basketball? He is by far their best rebounder.
Well, he has been today, no doubt about that. His effort's been unbelievable. You can see the eye contact there, gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And guys, anytime it's real tight, you're looking for something that could be potentially a momentum builder, and that's exactly what that play looks to be.
And that one comes up a bit short.
And watching DeAndre Jordan, he's really refined his game over the years without losing the athleticism. He's that rubbery, long-limbed athlete that transcends age. And so far, I've seen 0 drop-off in his leaping ability and quickness, but no question he's improved his skills and IQ.
Now here's Motiejunas. Following the miss by Griffin. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Wesley Johnson picks one up.
And talking about DeAndre Jordan, he is displaying an energy level that many scouts wondered if he had. Let's face it, he underachieved a bit in his 1 year in college. He knows that. But when it's come time to do it at the highest level, DeAndre has risen to the occasion.
And he makes the first. It's no secret, Clark, what this Houston Rockets team wants to do. They want to get to the line, drive the lane, and hurt you from outside the arc.
And they'll do it all at a very fast pace. I mean, they're fun to watch. The pace is something that I think sneaks up on teams sometimes, Kevin.
Good point.
And no doubt the Rockets were one of the faster-paced teams in the league last year. When you have the firepower they do, you want it to become a scoring fest.
Lawson's against Paul. Pass to Brewer. Here's Howard. And Jordan sends it back. And the wide open shot from Paul off the left rim and out.
A lot of the wins for the Rockets, guys, I thought last year came from just wearing down their opponent. I mean, you can keep up with their pace for a quarter, maybe 2, but it's very hard to sustain it for 48 minutes shot for shot.
Clippers trail by 5. He dishes it to Griffin. Nice teamwork to set up the big play and make the space for the J.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Now here is Lawson. 11 points in the game. Ariza against Paul. Jordan dishes to Paul. Lawson with the defensive effort there.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
And Griffin sends it back. Paul kicks to Griffin. Feeds to Jordan. No luck. And the Rockets take it the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. Brewer passes it to Ariza. Kicks it to Moniunas. And he uses the glass on the layup. Moniunas has got 15 points. Clippers trail by 5. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something. You're right. Paul goes in. Shot's good. He's got 10.
Well, that's simply a great move there, Kevin. He dusted off the defense and got to the cup for the easy basket.
Here is Brewer. Lawson kicks to Howard, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And guys, Dwight Howard's an interesting guy, one of the most physically imposing players in our league, and yet he's known for his lighthearted, almost playful nature.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. And for Howard, his parents raised him to keep a smile on his face and stay upbeat and remain positive. He's done all those things and still competed in the rough and tumble world of pro basketball.
Yeah, and yet some of his peers and contemporaries have gone at him. Durant, for instance, Kobe Bryant called him soft. Byron Scott questioned his desire. Guys go about their work in different manners.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
Here's Smith. They get it again. Here's Crawford. And the defense really pressing up on him. Made that a tough shot. Houston leading by 5. Brewer with the ball. Chris Paul covering. Another miss by Houston. LA's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Passes it to Aldridge. Crawford dishes to Smith. Paul outside. The pass to Aldridge. It's rebounded by Houston.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
Howard, that's good.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Ariza against Stevenson. Dishes it to Aldridge. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
For the Rockets, Terrence Jones comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Harden in for Trevor Ariza. Here's Beverly. 6 points for him. He kicks it to Jones. Paul outside. Finished off the break. Paul's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense just like that.
And Clark, the best way to get that early offense is with steals that allows you to get out in transition.
Now here's Beverly. Harden left side. 6 on the shot clock. And he overshot that one, missing.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down. The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
A minute 50 left in the third quarter. Beverly, the pass to Brewer. The feed to Jones. The dish to Beverly. Harden outside. Pass to Capella. Crawford with the steal. Stevenson outside. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggressiveness.
Pierce is checked in for Paul. And it's tied up with that one.
And Lance Stephenson really couldn't find minutes in Charlotte last season. Ended up sitting out a lot of games as a DNP CD. Not the start he wanted with the new team.
Now here's Beverly. He has 6. The Rockets with another miss.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Stevenson outside. Here's Smith. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. And for Stevenson, to his credit, he took the benching in stride. He knew he just wasn't a good fit at times.
Yeah, and his coach, Steve Clifford, was upfront about it, and I thought did a nice job handling that. Clifford said he wanted Stevenson as a Hornet, but just couldn't find a unit with which to make it work.
For Houston, they have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. You know, you work hard all season, Greg, to try and get into the playoffs, then get a favorable first-round matchup. How about the Clippers last year? Followed those steps. They're rewarded with the first-round matchup against the defending champions of the league, the San Antonio Spurs.
And not only were the Spurs the defending champions, but they came in playing terrific basketball down the stretch, which is kind of what they are noted for. And the Clippers, though, did well, even though that was the case. Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
And guys, that was an element of his game that he could not get turned around. I mean, he was really in a funk, and it lasted all season.
All free throws good from Lance Stephenson. Houston's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Harden outside. Down low, Brewer. The second effort, and he sinks the layup. Capella's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Deep two from Crawford. Off target with that shot. It's still anybody's game as we've And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Clippers trail by 3. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Terrence Jones out there with Motiejunas. And it's Lawson in at the 1 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Now here's Redick. Deep 2 from Crawford. And right through it goes. Crawford's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Clippers. Harden kicks to Ariza. He feeds it to Jones. Harden outside. Lawson against Redick. And Lawson with the drive. Just 5 to shoot. And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
The Rockets making a switch here. Howard's checked in. Screen by Howard. Lawson outside. He's looking for Howard and finds him. That's not going to go. He's 4 for 10. The Clippers trail. Here's Pierce. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Lawson against Redick. We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Lawson dishes to Motiejunas. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. And the Rockets lead by 4.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Motiejunas with the steal. And it's Houston on the break. No good from Lawson. Clippers trail by 4. Crawford kicks to Jordan. Griffin down low, covered by Motiejunas, puts up the baby hook, and Griffin puts it in. Griffin's got 12 points here in the second half.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
Here's Lawson. Great D that time from Griffin.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Crawford kicks to Griffin. Outside Pierce. Picked by Griffin. There's Crawford with the 3. And there's the call on Howard. That's his first foul. Chris Paul, he's checked in for Los Angeles.
Chris Paul.
Here's Redick. The 3 ball. Los Angeles with another miss.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Lawson against Pierce. And Lawson with the drive. And the shot is good. Now it's a 6-point Rocket lead.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
The shot by Pierce will not go. Rockets have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Reza passes to Howard. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Clippers trail by 6. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Ariza against Pierce, and it's sent back by Howard. Lawson outside. Motiejunas, a screen on Paul. In the corner, Harden. Inside, and there's Howard. That's good on the assist by Harden. Harden's got 6 assists in the game.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Now here's Griffin. The 10-footer. Pierce with a wide open look. Wide open shot is on the money.
Boy, just a lovely dish by Griffin.
Houston leading by 6. Go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Kevin McHale coaching his team during that break. He wanted his guys to keep up the intensity, saying, if any of you think this game is over, you're wrong. We've got work to do. I don't want to see any letdown on the defensive end of the floor. Guys, let's watch how it plays out.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Now here's Lawson to the paint. Here's Howard. No luck. Great D that time from Griffin. Clippers trail by 6. Griffin sets the screen for Paul. Pass to Pierce. Pierce with another miss.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
Lawson dishes to Harden. The 19-foot shot jacks up a 3. Ariza with the bucket. And the Rockets lead by 9.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
Paul against Lawson. Paul kicks to Jordan. Griffin. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Yeah, one of the few bright spots for his team. I mean, he's had a very efficient offensive performance.
No telling how much larger the lead would be if it wasn't for his shooting. I mean, come on, this guy's kept him in it.
And there's the defensive 3-second call.
Yeah, the Rockets were able to make it to the 2nd spot in the West at the very end of the season. Actually came down to the last day. They could have ended as low as 6th going into the final games.
Redick against Harden. And again, the Rockets good for 2.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Last season for the Rockets, they finished as the number 2 team in the West to the Golden State Warriors. But, you know, gee, they had to battle the whole way through.
Yeah, in part because of injuries. I mean, the Rockets did well to come in 2nd in the West, but it was because they took care of the so-called easy games. 33 wins in the conference, but a record of 12-16 against the other playoff teams out West.
Clippers trail by 10. Paul with the ball. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. It's stolen by Ariza. He dishes it to Moniunas. Shoots from 12. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got rebound number 15 here tonight. Paul passes to Griffin. And it's good. Griffin's got 6 points in the quarter.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
A good look from Harden. Harden missing again.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Redick against Howard. Jordan the screen. And Redick kicks to Griffin. Pierce has got space. It's rebounded by Houston. Howard's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Lawson dishes to Harden. Ariza outside. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Clippers trail by 11. Paul outside. outside Griffin. They double-team Griffin. Pierce for three. There's the bucket. Good. Pierce.
Just 2 makes on 7 shots this quarter, and he just looked lost out there in the fourth. It's obvious he doesn't have any confidence right now.
Now here's Harden. Screen by Howard. Back to Lawson. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Here's Jordan. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night. Rockets leading by 8. Motiejunas, a screen on Paul. Got a piece of it. Griffin with the steal. Redick passes to Jordan. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Here's Redick. Ty Lawson making his last shot. It's Pierce on the wing. Fires from the corner. Gets the front of the rim and out. Houston's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Howard with a screen on Paul. Lawson drives in. A shot by Ariza. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. And now it's a 10-point Houston lead.
It's really been a tale of 2 halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Redick with the bucket.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
And for Houston, their shooting in the fourth quarter has been efficient at 56%. There's a screen by Motiejunas. And here's Harden for 3. Kept alive. And he gets it to go. Motiejunas has got 20 points.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
It's Pierce on the wing. Jumper off the screen. Again, Los Angeles.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now here's Lawson. Feeds it to Harden. Up and in on the layup. Harden's got 5 points in the quarter.
The defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Lawson against Paul. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not so unlucky 13 shots.
You know, guys, I would call that methodical but explosive. You know, he waits for the opportunity and then boom, right to the rack.
Harden gets to Ariza. Off target with his 3. Clippers trail by 7. Ball outside. Kicks it to Griffin. Griffin draws the double. Pierce inside the three-point line. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Passes to Ariza. 1:22 left to play in the final quarter. That is good.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
All right, Houston, coming on the court, Rockets power dancers. Give it up.
Brewer is checked in for Houston. Paul dishes to Griffin.
Nasty.
Are you serious? How'd he come up with that move?
Creativity on the fly. Wow.
Somebody control that man.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Here's Lawson. The Clippers getting the bucket. Harden gets to Moniunas. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Checking out the game Moniunas has been having. He has 20 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
You know what? The number is not huge, but he has been doing some valuable defensive work for us.
Shooting for Houston, Donatas Motiejunas. At the line for 2.
So the first one drops, and that stretches their lead to 8. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 9-point ball game here.
All right, Houston, coming out of the court are your own Rockets power dancers. Get it up!
Here's Paul. The pass to Griffin. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
Rockets ball.
55 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Clark, they're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, and they don't need to do anything to reinvent the wheel here. I mean, just take time off the clock and squeeze the orange. Don't turn it over.
Now, here is Lawson. 6 to shoot. Griffin with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Pierce is running. The shot misses. And it's Houston the other way. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Lawson from outside. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Not sure there's anything they can do to salvage this one.
Not anymore. I mean, any chance they had got away from them, slipped right out of their hand.
And they definitely have the edge in those fast break points.
Greg, they sure have. I mean, maybe it hasn't helped put them in front, but they're clearly better off playing up-tempo basketball.
So we see the Rockets get the win here. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, and they got pushed down the stretch, but they did what they needed to do and held their ground when it mattered most and got the W.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, congratulations on this win, James. And did you feel like the chemistry tonight with how the team continued to get you the ball made the difference in getting you into your rhythm?
Yeah, just stuck with it. You know, teammates kept encouraging me. I think we kept moving the ball and getting the shots. They did a great job of looking for me.
It inspires great confidence when your teammates believe in you guys.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden. He had a tremendous first half, and that clearly inspired the whole team after halftime. Gave him a big lift.
Well, his passing, his instincts on offense, those were the keys to the game. He was spreading the ball around, keeping everyone involved. Most importantly, he was creating high-quality shots and racking up the assists. Overall, great game.
That was the James Harden we've come to know and love, a player that brings nothing but fear to players that have to guard him. I've said this for a while now. He's the best one-on-one player in the NBA. And even if it's not a one-on-one situation, even if you throw the kitchen sink at him, he still gets the job done. It's the confidence, the drive, and the spirit that makes James Harden a superstar.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.